Monogamy is one of the most loaded topics in gay male culture. In our community, conversations about relationships often center on openness, exploration, and freedom. And for good reason. Sex has always been political for us. It's been a declaration of liberation, of self-acceptance, of defiance against the shame we were taught to feel. In that context, monogamy can feel suspicious, like a relic from straight culture that we're supposed to have evolved past. But that story leaves out something important. Monogamy isn't repression, it's intention. It can be a conscious choice rooted in clarity, safety, and love, or a cage built from fear and expectation. The difference is whether we've actually examined what it means to us. And the truth is, a lot of gay men haven't. We carry unspoken rules about what monogamy is supposed to look like, what it should cost, and what it supposedly says about our identity. Those myths shape how we love, how we cheat, how we forgive, and how we judge ourselves. So today, I want to unpack 6 of the biggest lies gay men believe about monogamy, and what becomes possible when we start telling the truth. Lie number 1, monogamy is for straight people. Gay men can't really do it. This is one of the most persistent myths in our culture. There's this assumption that gay relationships are naturally more open, more adventurous, more flexible, and that wanting exclusivity somehow means you've absorbed a heteronormative template. But that idea flattens the diversity of queer relationships into a single caricature. Monogamy isn't about copying straight culture. It's about 2 people deciding what kind of emotional and sexual connection fits them. Lots of gay men value the safety, depth, and grounding that come from focusing their romantic and sexual energy on one person. Others thrive in open or flexible structures. Both are valid. The problem isn't whether monogamy fits gay men. The problem is when someone feels ashamed of their preference because it doesn't match what the community around them glorifies. Desire, connection, and fidelity are human experiences, not orientation-based ones. The goal is authenticity, not performance. Lie number 2. If I can't sustain monogamy, something is wrong with me. This one cuts deep. When someone cheats or gets restless or pulls away sexually, they often jump straight to self-blame. I'm defective. I'm broken. I can't do relationships right. But struggling with monogamy doesn't mean you're flawed. It usually means something deeper is happening. Maybe intimacy triggers anxiety. Maybe the structure doesn't match your personality. Maybe early experiences taught you to separate emotional closeness from sexual expression. Many gay men grew up with secrecy, rejection, or shame around desire. And that history doesn't disappear just because we're adults. The real question isn't, why can't I do monogamy? It's, what does monogamy bring up in me? Does it feel confining? Does it make you afraid of losing freedom? Does it stir up fear that once someone really knows you, they'll leave? Those questions lead to growth. Shame doesn't. Lie number 3. Monogamy is boring and kills sexual excitement. A lot of gay men associate sexuality with novelty, exploration, and freedom. In that context, monogamy can look like the opposite. Predictable, routine, domesticated. But boredom isn't created by monogamy. It's created by emotional distance and unspoken desires. The real enemy of passion is neglect, not commitment. Monogamous couples stay sexually alive when they keep curiosity, honesty, and playfulness in the relationship. When they talk about fantasies, when they evolve together instead of shrinking. Novelty doesn't have to mean new partners. It can mean discovering new parts of each other. If you treat exclusivity as a creative project instead of a static rule, monogamy can be just as erotic, wild, and fulfilling as any other structure. Lie number 4. Monogamy guarantees trust, stability, and happiness. This belief sets couples up for heartbreak. The agreement itself can feel comforting, like a safety blanket. But monogamy doesn't automatically eliminate insecurity, jealousy, or dishonesty. Some couples choose monogamy hoping it will prevent infidelity or protect them from uncertainty. But a rule can't fix what communication avoids. You can be monogamous and still feel disconnected. You can be exclusive and still feel insecure. You can follow the rule, but avoid the truth. Real stability comes from honesty, accountability, and emotional presence, not from a contract you made at the beginning of the relationship. Fidelity needs to be defined, revisited, and upheld through ongoing conversation. Monogamy doesn't do the work for you. It simply gives you a framework to do the work inside. Lie number 5. If I choose monogamy, I'm conforming and losing my queer identity. Some gay men worry that choosing monogamy is a sign of going mainstream, that it looks conservative, traditional, or somehow less liberated. But queerness isn't defined by rejecting structure. It's defined by choosing authentically, even when that choice doesn't match cultural expectations. If commitment to one partner reflects your emotional truth, that's not conformity, that's self-knowledge. This lie often hides a deeper fear. If I commit, I'll lose myself. But healthy commitment doesn't erase individuality. The best relationships let each person keep their erotic identity, their friendships, their autonomy, their spark. True queerness is the freedom to design love on your own terms, not the obligation to avoid anything that looks traditional. Lie number 6. Monogamy will protect me from pain, betrayal, or heartbreak. This one is seductive because it sounds safe. If we promise exclusivity, then everything should feel certain and secure, right? But monogamy doesn't shield you from the risks of love. People still lie. People still drift. People still change. A promise can't immunize anyone from human complexity. What monogamy can offer is a shared focus, a container for depth, investment, and emotional consistency. But that container only works when it's maintained through honesty and repair. If you believe monogamy will protect you from pain, you are more likely to panic, avoid conflict, or feel betrayed by normal relationship challenges. Real intimacy accepts that love will always involve risk. Trust isn't guaranteed by a rule. It's earned, lost, repaired, and rebuilt over time. Monogamy isn't inherently right or wrong. It isn't automatically traditional or radical. It's just one way human beings try to build intimacy, stability, and meaning. The problem isn't monogamy itself. It's treating it as a default, a performance, or a moral statement. For gay men, the myths around monogamy carry extra weight because they collide with identity, liberation, and desire. We fought to define our lives, so it's especially damaging when we let cultural pressure, even from our own community, make decisions for us. You don't owe the world a certain kind of relationship. You don't need to prove you're enlightened by being open. You don't need to prove you're devoted by being exclusive. You only owe yourself honesty. Whether your heart thrives with one partner or many, what matters is that the choice comes from clarity, not fear, not pressure, not the stories you've inherited about what a real gay man should want. At its best, monogamy isn't confinement. It's awareness. It's communication. It's love chosen freely. And in a world that constantly tells us who we're supposed to be, choosing what genuinely fits you might be the most revolutionary act of all. Thanks for watching. If you're a gay man and these conversations speak to you, go ahead and hit subscribe. I post new videos every week about the things we go through: love, identity, healing, and everything in between. I'd love to have you be part of this community. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.